to start streaming. I think I've started streaming. There's only one way to find out. Oh, is my volume really low? Oh, okay. I can hear myself. All right, testing, testing. Okay, that's a good sign. All right, cool. Okay, excellent. You know what? I haven't said anything yet, so we're gonna do this. Okay. All right, cool. I do that. Okay. All right. Let's see here. On SRS. Oh yeah, let me see here. Trick list. Chat. Let's pin. And okay. All right, there we go. That should work. All right. Welcome in, Bert. How's it going? Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Okay, trick list is up. Okay, I think the ad should be over. I triggered a 60-second ad basically as soon as I started just to see. I don't know if that does anything. I think it says I'm good for like pre-roll ads for like 20 minutes or something. So hopefully that helps when some people join. Okay, cool. I'm still figuring out what all this ad stuff implies. Okay, all right. Next up, I was trying to do some research on Durkee Blaine. Welcome in. Hey, just popping in quick to say hello. Welcome in, Durkee Blaine. Thank you for hopping in. And yeah, I understand if you have stuff to do. You are, of course, the father of a newborn baby, so I totally understand. I heard of a story randomly. I did start a few minutes early, so if I don't do any magic immediately, I think it's probably okay. But I heard a story, and I didn't know if it was true or not. But my friend was telling me, yeah, apparently there was this criminal that was trapped in prison like a long time ago that apparently tried to scrape off enough red ink from playing cards. This was a long time ago before we knew about safe materials to print things with, because the red ink, there was some chemical being used on it so that it could be explosive. And apparently he blew himself up trying to use this red ink to escape from prison. I think I found this guy's name, William Kogut, from 1890 something. That was when he was born, and then he died like in 1930. Uh, William Kogut's historically known for his ingenious method of committing suicide. Oh, that's why it's famous. Ripley's Believe It or Not. A condemned criminal in a death cell blew himself to death with a deck of ordinary playing cards. Yeah, I heard about more of the details, but this article doesn't discuss the details, which is kind of what I want to know. Let me see. Oh, okay, this one, I don't know how reputable it is, but it's so far better than anything else we've got so far. Many people don't realize that the playing cards can be lethal. They certainly seem harmless enough, don't they? Guards on death row at San Quentin State Prison must have thought so because they allowed the prisoner to have decks of playing cards in their cells. What they hadn't counted on was the creativity of one desperate man, William Kogut. Find red ink. Okay, so here it is. He removed one of the hollow bedposts from his cot. Then he tore up the deck of playing cards, stuffed them in the post, plugging one end of the post with the broomstick. He filled the other with water, which would have made the card pieces expand and possibly release the nitrocellulose from the red ink. Then he wrote a brief note to the warden. Do not blame my death on anyone because I fixed everything myself. With that, he placed the crude pipe bomb he had made on the heater next to his bed. Then he lay down with his head against the open end of the pipe and waited for the end to come. Oh my god. So he didn't try to escape. He actually tried to commit suicide, and it worked. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Alright. Well, I learned something new today. So, alright, let's see here. First things first. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow. Guys, you're not following our friend Durkee Blaine. Please give Durkee Blaine a follow. Ooh, early. Yeah, I've been on for just like, I don't know, 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, wait, I have the exact time now. Oh, no, I lied. 6 minutes. But I mean, I triggered like an ad right away, so I don't know if I should count that 1 minute. Chan, welcome in. How's it going? 6 minutes, yep. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man. Please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Alright, all we did was just talked about a guy who committed suicide with playing cards. That's basically what we talked about so far. Not recent. It was like 1930s, so it was a very, very long time ago. Oh my god, almost 100 years ago. That's 95 years ago. Anyway, I have to put on cheating gloves. Haven't done that yet. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Yeah, so we were following the story of William Kogut because I had heard that somebody told me, one of my friends told me that he heard about this story about a prisoner trying to escape. But I just read like something that seemed like it had some information. Not like it was the most reputable thing, but I was like, okay. But Ripley's Believe It or Not said that he was like one of the most creative, ingenious deaths ever. So, ad break in 3 minutes. All right, awesome. That means we won't do anything for 4 minutes. But yeah, so what the prisoner did was collected playing cards, and this was back in like the 1900s, basically when we didn't have materials that could safely be printed on stuff, I guess, without being explosive. So what I just figured out was that he collected playing cards, and then he would collect them and put them in his bedpost, hiding them. And the red ink had nitrocellulose, which he then placed on his heater, like in his cell, and his head against like the opening, and he ended up not not being. Oh my God, I see it. Your ad is about to start. Okay, all right, that's cool. Oftentimes though, I'm looking like down here, so I guess I wouldn't be able to see that, but. Um, All right. So, big-ish news. I gave away my first business card like in the wild. Like it wasn't like just a friend that I was giving it to. It was actually a random stranger that I did magic for at a restaurant. And I did a trick for him first. Like, so I was there first before my friends arrived. He was there first before his friends arrived. They happened to put him next to my table next to his table. And he was like, ah, looks like we're both waiting for people. And I'm like, yep, that's right. Hey, you got a minute? I showed him a magic trick. And then I after that our friends arrived. So I had lunch, he had lunch with his friends, I had lunch with my friends. And then after my friends were done, we finished up first. Before I left, I was like, "Hey, Nick." His name's Nick. I don't know anything else about him, but just random guy named Nick. So Nick, if you ever see this, hello, how's it going? Hopefully you had a wonderful lunch that day. But I gave Nick a business card, and actually his other friends who hadn't arrived at the table yet, they were like, "Whoa, whoa, you saw a magician?" And Nick, like a classy friend he is, says, "You guys weren't early." so, so I ended up having to. I mean, I didn't have to, but I ended up showing them another trick, and that was fun. So that was good. So that's how I gave away my first business card. Let's see. I've signed up for a gig salad account, and it's been approved. I basically filled out everything I could fill out right now. The big thing I'm lacking is professional videos and photo of me like performing magic for real people. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get some of that, and I can put that then on my gig salad. But the gig salad is up and live. So if anybody wants, I this is already also up on my business card on the hire me side. But if anybody wants to hire me for a virtual event, because I'm also opening up to virtual gigs, so I don't think you guys would necessarily need it. But if you guys hear that your HR department needs yeah, ads, okay, all right, well, good timing. Wait, this perfect opportunity for me to talk about myself, because then that people want. But anyway, yeah. So if you guys want to hire me for virtual events, I'm opening up to that too. So, and Lord knows everybody here knows that I could entertain for a long time virtually. So that's good. So anyway, um, I've also been fleshing out my YouTube quite a bit. I have a lot of tutorials and reveals, all under the guise of being a channel member. So the next trick that I have a tutorial for that's publishing on Tuesday is actually going to be One-Eye Jack Sandwich, and that one will be public for 2 weeks. So for anybody who is interested, that will be a public for 2 weeks, and then I'll figure out what happens after that. So cool. So yeah, Chan, I don't know if you know One-Eye Jack Sandwich. I mean, even if you didn't know it, you probably can figure it out. So it's probably not necessary. But I mean, the video will be public, so you could watch it if you would like. It's up to you. I'll post it in my Discord. So I did that one. Oh, okay. All right. You're good then. You're good. All right. Let's see. So the queue is open if anybody would like to request anything. I realize I have to find coins just in case I want. I mean, I will want to uh, do some tricks later with coins. They're the same usual tricks. Oh, but the last few weeks I've been carrying over the cardless coin matrix because I messed it up like so many times. I feel so bad. So it's basically been a boss trick for like 3 weeks. Kit Kat Gad, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today? Welcome in. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend and week. Let's see. I myself mostly had a decent week. I I wanted to stream more. I did have one video game stream last week, but during the day I actually had to do demolition in my house, so that was fun. Just to fill everybody else in, my wife wanted to start reworking a particular room in her house because she's like, we're starting to use it differently. I never liked how this room looked, and I'm like, okay, I understand that. Um, and she got estimates from like contractors and things, and it's like Well, we don't know what's behind this wall or underneath this floor, and that's what everybody said. So it's like, well, could we save some money if I both did the demolition and found the answers to all of these questions? And so I basically spent my week doing demolition during the day. Kit Kat Gad says, doing well. Contributed to a scam bait for the first time last night. Kit Kat Gad, congratulations. Excellent. That sounds like an awesome, fun time. And then Kit Kat Gad says, yeah, for demo, do it. Woo. So yeah, I already did it. I spent the week doing it. So there was this like bench in my house with like uh, cabinets underneath that was already built like in the house, and it was here since we moved in. We never like it was like attached to the wall slash the floor, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna rip this thing up, and because I was telling my wife, and she was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it, and I'm like, okay. So I just went to work on a Monday night. Like it literally was dinner time Monday, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go start demo right now." And I'm like, "Okay." So then Tuesday was actually I did a lot more demo. Kit Kat Kat says it was both a daughter and a Karen neighbor. It was fun. you know, maybe 20 years ago, if you said Karen neighbor, I don't think anybody would have thought anything of it. But ever since all the Karen memes, I know exactly what you mean. So let's see. Kit Kat Kat says, I also tore out cabinets in my house when I moved in. Water damage on pressboard is no joke. Oh my god, water damage is ridiculous. Yeah, being a homeowner like really changes like your perspective on like, what what kinds of things you watch for in a house. It's like before, maybe you didn't own your house and you're just like a college student living in a rented place. It's like, oh, are heat and water running? Is electricity and internet working? All right, that's really all you cared about. And now it's like, there's a funny sound that came out of my basement HVAC. I need to go investigate right now. Like, what the hell was that? And so, and now it's like, there's water everywhere. This is going to be a nightmare. And you start wiping it up. Whereas maybe before you were like, you didn't care. I mean, you care a lot when you own your own home. So, anyway, where was I going with this? So, I had this cabinet and I basically tore it out of the wall and the floor. And in this room, there is hardwood floors. However, when I ripped out the cabinet, they apparently put the cabinet. They did not have the hardwood floors go all the way to the wall. They just had the hardwood floors go up until this cabinet. And when I ripped out the cabinet, I realized that there was another floor under our hardwood floor. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the hell is that? Is that tile? And it's like, it's linoleum floor underneath my hardwood floor. And I'm like, why on earth would they do this? So, a couple of things. I found a bunch of, and I did not bring the paper stuff down because it's like I tried to vacuum it as best as I could, but some of it was pretty gross. Maybe you guys can see it on stream sometime. But I'm not going to put it on my nice, like, card trick mat down here. Um, but I found some playing cards and I found some coins. And I can show you some of the coins right now because I just brought all of the weird ones down here. Felden Kane, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for shouting out Felden Kane, Chan. Guys, you're not following our friend Felden Kane. Please give Felden Kane a follow. Kit Kat Kat said, I knew it had good bones, but I had to alkalize the water encapsulation in the crawl space, put in a driveway. One day I'll get to the walls to replace the last leaky copper pipes. Yeah. Felden Kane says, hey, now I'm doing well, thanks. Awesome. Glad to hear. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week. So I was just telling people about the demolition that occurred in my house. So first things first, let's show you some of the coins that I was able to bring down or find. All right, first order of business. I found this. It's shaped like a coin, but there's literally nothing on it. The thing I've been able to discern about this is that it's magnetic. So it's maybe just like a steel, I don't know, like a steel chip or something. And then I found about miscellaneous like 80 cents or something that was just generic coins that I think anybody would be able to find. It's not special. Then I haven't seen one of these pennies in a long time, but it's not technically that special. So it's just a regular penny on the front, but on the back it is the 1 cent wheat penny. So if anybody is familiar with the coins, it says 1 cent spelled out on it and surrounded by the wheat on both sides. Sorry, I can't get that to focus. And then we have the bicentennial quarter. So here's just a regular quarter on the front, except for it has like 2 years, the 1776 and the 1976. And then on the back it has the drummer drumming. Haven't seen one of these in a while because ever since they did the state quarters, and now they're doing like all the other quarters where it's like different like historical quarters. I haven't seen one of these in a while either. All right, but the find I think of the day for coinage was I found a buffalo nickel. So on the back, the reason why it's called a buffalo nickel is that it has a buffalo on it. And on the face, it has a Native American, I think at the time. They would have called this Indian, but as we now know, we just call them Native American. But otherwise, we call them buffalo nickels. So this one is from 1935. I was told by my numismatist friend, numismatist is a fancy word for coin collector, but he knows his stuff, and he told me, yeah, that one's not worth that much. And I'm like, oh, shucks. But anyway, the thing that I found that was really cool is not a coin, but a medallion, which is this big. And it has like 5 split areas, and this represents, I guess, a bunch of things that happened around here because it's a local medallion. And so the county in which I live is called Monroe County. So County of Monroe, New York. And this is the sesquicentennial. So that there's a word in cursive right across here, sesquicentennial. I don't even know what sesquicentennial means, but wow, so yeah, it's very big. And the center is a Seneca Indian. It's actually labeled Seneca Indian. And then the left side it's labeled Mercury. The top is labeled Erie Canal Aqueduct. We live near a body of water, and it is the Erie Canal. And then down here is the Lower Genesee Falls, which is it's just a nice place to go and see. It's like a tourist spot when people visit the Rochester city. And then there's just like woods on the right side over here. But yeah, it's pretty hefty. It's chunky. So I was actually really happy with finding this because I'm like, oh, this is a cool find. And so let's go ahead and make that disappear. And we can go ahead and it's not over here either. Make that reappear. Okay. Okay. He who pulls the coin from the ear is mayor. Ah, you are mayor of the city with that coin. I mean, if that's the case, then well, let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. 1, 2, and nope. 1, 2, and nope. This is a very bad angle for this, by the way. Boop, boop. Nope. I'm not very good at coin magic. Anyway, I'm glad I'm practicing here with you guys. So anyway, there's this magician named Eric Chien, and he holds the coin like this. He does this, and then he opens, and the coin disappears. I kind of have an idea of what he does, but it's just so good. So I'm trying. I can't emulate it right now. 1, 2. Now, see, I even moved. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, cool medallion, and I wanted to talk about the find. And then maybe one day I'll pull out the dirty stuff and I'll clear the mat, and then we can look at some of the other stuff. But let's see. He who pulls coin is mayor. You are the mayor of the city with that coin. Wow, so big. When a nickel could buy a Coke. Yeah. Oh man. Back. So I think but some of these coins came from the 60s because I think that's probably when this hardwood floor and cabinet or like bench got put in or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But yeah, Cokes were probably cheaper. Does he use gravity to help? I don't think that he could. Let me see. No, no, because the thing is, after he makes it disappear, he can make it reappear. So it's not just purely gravity that handles the vanish. Let's see here. So that was my coin find. Oh yeah, and we had to figure out what was behind like wall paneling. So we were going to get rid of this wall paneling. I mean, we still are, but depending on what was behind it would determine how much we had to do, whether we had to add more insulation, whether we had to replace the insulation if it was like old insulation, whether there was wood behind it, or if it was just concrete because it's like the wall right next to the garage. And so I couldn't figure out how to remove the paneling even after I removed like crown molding and stuff. And I ended up just smashing through it. I actually bought some new tools, and I and I was like, okay, this should make smashing into the wall a lot easier. Smashed into it. I cut like a little, like it was basically a little sliver this big, and I'm like, okay, that's enough to see into it with a flashlight. And I'm like, oh, good, excellent. We know exactly where this is gonna go. Ads in 3 minutes. Does that mean I have to do a trick in less than 3 minutes? Okay, all right. Let's do a trick in 3 minutes. Okay, all right. Boom. Okay, we're talking about coins already. I was going to do this later anyway, so why not just start with it? All right, we're going to go ahead and cover each coin with a card, and then we're going to try and make each of the coins teleport from corner to corner, going one, going twice. There we go. Once, two, three. Boom. Last one. One, two. Done. Okay. That was definitely less than 3 minutes. Okay. And then do I have to do this other one really fast to get teleportation transmutation? Okay, boom. All right, ready? Hoo 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 ya hoo ya hoo ya. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, and 1, and hoo ya. Okay, and now I've never tried to do this part really fast, so let's go ahead and try and do this. So really fast right here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Whoo! Done. Okay, that's wild stuff. All right, cool. Hopefully I got all that in before the ad break and I didn't mess that up. Does that look okay? Because actually that was a boss trick, by the way. Boom. Okay. I think I did okay. I think just doing it fast was was what helped. So, all right. Boom. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felon Kane, thank you kindly for the applause. Chan the Magic Man. Kit Kat Cat says, that's wild stuff. Let's see. Kit Kat Cat says, I watched a video today that said there were 10 types of magic and now I forget. Oh, teleportation, transmutation. Yes, that's wild stuff. All right, I'll wait for Kit Kat Cat to get back, but I think I've seen that 10 types of magic. Okay, so, oh yeah, I was saying just off, when the ad occurred, but I believe I've seen that 10 types of magic video, and it's like a short, like it's like 2 minutes or something, right? 2 or 3 minutes maybe. And the guy talks about each type as he demonstrates it. But then if you watch, there's like extras, and he shows you how he achieves it. But basically, he's achieving it through like video editing magic. But it looks so good, like it's so good, um, and that's true. Yes. So yeah, I've seen that one. It's really good. Actually, let me see if I can find it really quick because it is a good. Let me see. 10 types of magic. Uh,
These are
oh no, it's only like it's less than a minute. But yes, okay, this is the video. All right, here we go. Um, I was watching the background for glitch in lighting. So that's the video that we're talking about. And then if you look, I think on that channel, he does. Let me see here. No, yeah, his entire channel is all about video editing. So But he covers like all of his bases when he does each of the magical effects. So, all right, pre-roll ads are disabled for 55 minutes. We're taking a quick ad break. All right, ad break time, and it's really good. It is really good. Oh, guys, if you have been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. All right. Okay, so let me see here. I see Chan has requested a trick. Aria, I can get ready for that. I don't think ads are working. No, I think Kit Kat Gat, what happened was you saw an ad not too long ago, so when this one goes off, you might be exempt. So that's probably why. In this particular case. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just find the aces. I know you guys can't see anything, and honestly, I mean, there's ads going anyway. So, but actually, this is a really good secretive time to tell people. I don't have any real secrets, but I'm starting to publicly share that I have an official gig in November for my local library, and I'll be presenting an interactive workshop of Introduction to Sleight of Hand. So that is going to be a first of a kind of its program at this particular library, as far as I know. So they've done magic shows before, but they were like family magic shows by a different magic magician friend of mine. Um, but this will be one. I'm putting this one on, so we'll see how it goes. Kikagat says yes, and Chan says nice, nice, nice. So yeah, it's not going to be an exact presentation of what I did for TwitchCon because I think what I did for TwitchCon was really specific, and I had a very specific goal in mind. This one's going to be a little bit less formal. All ages or for the kids? Oh, so this one I intend to be all ages, but it's actually going into the adult section. But we're willing to entertain teens, and just as long as like kids, like I'm not basically going to babysit them. It's going to be done in a like lecture type like style. So that's kind of my intention. I made that clear with the person who was booking me, and so I was like, "Yeah, this is kind of what I want to do." And he was like, oh, "Okay, you okay with teens?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay with teens. Like they're old enough, they can listen. They won't like just randomly disrupt." So, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes. It doesn't happen until November, so I've got time. I actually, one of my goals for this upcoming week is to basically have like the first full draft of the entire workshop done. So um, that'll be the plan. All right. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and hop over here. All right. So we have a bunch of aces. Let's go ahead and place these all around like so. And what I'm going to do is let me first turn over each ace face down. And I'm going to go ahead and place 3 cards onto each one of the piles. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and take the first ace and place it in amongst those 3 cards, and then place those 3 cards somewhere in the deck, maybe towards the bottom here. Close that up. All right, same thing over here. We're going to take this ace, place it amongst these 3 cards. You're going to place that kind of somewhere in the middle, like this. Push that in. Same thing over here. I'll take this, place it into these 3 cards, place it maybe closer to the top, but not too close to the top. And then finally, we've got the ace of spades, which, let me go ahead and 1, 2, 3. And actually what's happened is that all of the aces have just jumped back together at the top of the packet here. And that, my friends, is a trick called Aria. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. And actually, while I have these out and I have it fresh on my mind, I learned a relatively new trick to me. And what I want to do is let me try that right now before I get to Charlie's request. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Feldon Kane, Kit Kat Gad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first place piles of 3 onto each one of the, just out like this. Make sure that you guys can see all of them. And then we're going to place an ace among each one of them. But we'll turn it face down. Okay. So, all right. Now, I think typically what we could have done was ask somebody which suit they wanted to start with, but since this is a Charlie's Beats trick, I know this is the ace of spades over here, so we'll just leave this for the last one. Okay. So here's what I want to do. We're going to go ahead and turn these, we're going to leave these here. Actually, how do I do this? Do I remember how to do this? I probably shouldn't do tricks off script, but hello, Sealbun. Welcome in, Sealbun. How's it going? So here's what we're going to do. 1, 2, and 3. And then, of course, we have the ace here. So, no, I just realized I don't remember how to do this trick. So we are going to abandon ship. Shh. I didn't actually, I was just thinking, it's like, oh, do I remember how to do this? No, I don't remember. Sealbun, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. And, guys, if you're not fun, you saw nothing. I mean, there was nothing to see. I literally just placed a bunch of cards and then forgot how to do a trick. So it wasn't like, yeah. Sealbun says, I'm doing well. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. For the most part. I did demolition of my house. That's probably the most exciting thing. Guys, you're not following our friend Sealbun. Please give Sealbun a follow. All right, so let's do reset. This one I should know how to do. All right. Thank you kindly for. Oh yeah. Thank you kindly for the previous request, Chan, and thank you kindly for this request, Charlie's Beats. Let's see. What decade is your house? It's a 1960s house. So that is the decade in which my house was built. So basically, it does have like some quote unquote newer stuff, but it's like it's old enough to have like lead paint in some of the paint and like asbestos in things in the house. 1960s, whoa, yeah, nailed it with the panel. Yes, it was. So by the way, this paneling is effectively the like 1960s paneling. I didn't choose to have this. This is just what was included with the house. But yeah, this is exactly what we're trying to tear out upstairs. So yeah, absolutely. Um, don't change. Oh yeah, I'm not going to change it down here. We're not touching this room because it is so far down the priority list of other stuff that needs to get done before. So, all right, let me see here. I do need to double check one thing with this trick. Let's see here. I just have to remember the setup really quick. Boop 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 boop, and then boop 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 boop. Okay, there we go. That's real naughty pine. Yep, yep. What can you see? You can see this one. You can see that one. There's actually another one just up above camera up there. You can see kind of one like over here, right? So, All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. So we have the four queens and the four aces over here. Actually, I do want to introduce you to the queens because we've got the Queen of Clubs, signed by Chan the Magic Man. And then we have the Queen of Diamonds. Then we have the Queen of Spades. Then we have the Queen of Hearts. So thank you kindly for the lurk, seal bun. I'm going to go ahead and leave the queens over here. And then over here we've got the aces. All right. So I want you to remember this moment for a second. The aces are over here, and the queens are over here. Actually, let me see if I can find my props. Do I have my save state, load state props? That would be ideal. Save state, load state. All right. For anybody who plays video games or has been familiar with video games before, look, I'm going to go ahead and save the state right now. I'm going to press the save state button so we remember aces are over here and queens are over here. 1970s is when the cheap laminate paneling began. Yep. So here's the thing. When I go and interact with a house, let's pretend, and I'm remodeling parts of it, uh, nothing happens unless I actually do some demolition, right? So the demolition, let me go ahead and touch the demolition square over here. Actually, that will change it to a queen. Um, I know, so that's super weird. However, we have, once again, so let's say these are aces that, maybe they don't do anything until I do some demolition in the house. But actually, if I touch the demolition square, then maybe something will happen. Oh, look, there's one of the aces that's turned into a queen over here. Some people think that I can only do demolition in one room in my house, but let me just go ahead and touch these two rooms to the demolition square, and we'll get two more queens. Okay, so all the queens are over here, and now that means all of the aces should be over here, right? Let's just take a quick peek. Oh yeah, there's an ace over there. So that means that they've swapped positions. However, if I now go ahead and I press the load state button, like let's say I didn't like all of the demolition, if only home updates were this easy, right? So let me load the state of my house originally. And so if we take a look, now back over here, we have all of the aces, and over here we actually have all of the queens, right? And so there we have it. And that, my friends, is reset, but with load states, save states, but with building or doing home upgrades to your house. Thank you kindly for the claps. Kit Kat Gad, Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane. Yeah, can you tell that this demolition? So I also got lots of extra like just random wood pieces, and I'm like, I feel bad just throwing these away. So I basically cut them all up, and I just have like these rectangular pieces of wood, or like little bars of wood that I can use for something. We have a fire pit, so I can burn them. That's minimally one thing we can do. But yeah, thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, Charlie's Beats, Kit Kat Gad. My house is 80s, says Kit Kat Gad. So one day I'll tackle the popcorn ceiling, but no lead. Ah, yes, excellent. That's good. I only know that we have lead in our paint at various places in the house because we had our windows replaced like this, basically the first year we moved in. So, um, and we discovered that, oh yeah, the paint has lead in it. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, please take care of that while you're taking care of the windows. So, I mean, it cost extra, but now I don't have to worry because I have a kid and nobody's breathing in lead paint. So, All right, if anybody has been sitting around for a while and you've not had any hydration, now's a good time. I'm having spiced chai flavored tea today, which is actually kind of funny because so chai is just a word for tea. So if you say chai tea, you're actually saying tea tea, which which if you're a fan of K-pop, TT is a single from a K-pop group called Twice. Yeah, TT says Feldenkane, and exactly TT. So the song title I think is spelled, if anybody is curious, is TT. And for anybody who heard me mention Twice recently, it's because Twice was the K-pop group that actually sang a couple of the singles from K-pop Demon Hunters, the real K-pop group that they got like backing from to be like, "Hey, can you guys do this?" And it's like, "Yeah." So, anyway, trick list is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Now's a good time. And also, I think I did not get my. I performed them, but I did not actually mark them, so I did not get credit for them yet. Okay, there we go. Kit Kat Cat says, "I watched the movie, that Demon Hunters movie. Thanks for recommend." All right, awesome. I'm glad you watched it. I hope you enjoyed it, or at least didn't hate it. But Beth, kinda sorta. This show is a curse. Wait, what show? Which show? Felden Kane has redeemed Magic the Gathering cards. Oh, and Charlie's Beats has requested maximum penetration. The card trick. The card trick. It was amazing, says Kit Kat Gad. Yeah, or movie or whatever. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes, it is. It is a movie, and if it's a well, it's a curse if you don't like any of the songs, because right now it's the number one streaming movie of Netflix of all time, and all of the songs basically are dominating like Billboard Hot 100 and Spotify top charts. So yeah, I can see why if you're not like into it, it is kind of a curse. It's a movement. I mean, it is. It is a movement. Yeah, I can only talk it up so much. I know that some people would like get sick of it, and so I'm not like I am singing its praises every time we bring it up, and I do bring it up often, but I don't think I gush it uncontrollably. So hopefully it's okay. I just don't understand the children's love for hot garbage. Wait, what? Hot garbage? I don't think it's hot garbage. Or actually, Beth, have you seen the movie? I guess is, or are you just judging based on like topic and title? In which case, oh, ad break. Thank you. Okay. All right. K-pop is not music. I've seen enough. Oh. Uh. All right. I don't want to retort here, but I like K-pop. I've been put in ad jail for my words. I'm sorry. Oh. All right. Ad jail. That's what we can call this. Ad jail. Lol. Beth kind of sorta. Yeah. So. All right. Let's see here. Man, I want to broach this topic, but I don't want to scare anybody away. But I do want to defend K-pop here. But anyway, man, I want to like. Okay, they're Kit Kat Cat says they're feeling me Fox Sports ring audience. back. All right. Oh, they're feeding you Fox Sports. Wrong audience. Okay, I got it now. Yeah, any sports ball for me, I'm basically like, well, that was wasted ad dollars, I guess, for you, because not gonna happen for me as well. Yeah, I think you and I, Kit Kat, we share the kinship of sports ball. Okay, so all right, first things first. Thanks for letting me know that you guys came back. Beth kind of sort of says K-pop is not music. I've seen enough. I mean, I want to defend K-pop. I like K-pop, but I don't want to like burn anybody's ears off. But I will argue that if you are okay with listening to things that you enjoy, K-pop is awesome. But if you are of the belief that music has to come organically and cannot or should not be manufactured, then I can see your viewpoint in that you don't enjoy K-pop. But by that corollary, then you should not enjoy Motown because Motown was constructed in the same way that K-pop is constructed and not organic, right? So anyway, and then we all laughed at Beth being put in jail. So there we go. All right. Kit Kat Kat says, and credit cards also wrong. I have one card. Oh, yes. Credit cards. Yeah, that's also wrong. Okay, all right. I'm going to do this trick, and then we can come back to the whole credit cards being wrong thing. uh, all right. So, let's see here. First things first, I have some cards on a box, and I would like to show you that we have nothing in the box. This is important for later, not as important right now. Beth kind of sort of says that's kind of my thing, but I'd argue Motown is a little bit different. Okay, I would love to hear those arguments. All right, first things first, we've got a Joker and another Joker, and then what we're going to do with these Jokers, and I'm going to show you that what we have over here is an ace, a two, and a three. And so first things first, let's go ahead and use the ace. And I'm going to go ahead and place the ace here in between the two jokers, right? And so here's what we're gonna do. Um, First thing I will show is that we will have the ace penetrate through the jokers. One, two. Oh, I forgot. I have to hold it like this and show you that. Oh, sorry. Failure to launch. Failure to launch. Let's try again. Ready? There we go. The ace has just penetrated through the two jokers. Okay. All right. Next up, let's go ahead and we have the the two and the three. Let's go ahead and place the two in between the two jokers, like this. And let's go ahead and show you how the two can penetrate through both jokers. Now, here's the thing. You may have seen it once with the ace, but now you're going to be looking very closely. But one, two, and three, the two will penetrate, failure to launch a second time, through those two jokers. And now let's see, the three. Okay, so here's the three. Let's go ahead and place the three into the box. And we, of course, still have the two jokers here. But actually, that three is now going to penetrate through the box. Ready? One, two, three. And if I show you, that three has penetrated through the box. Now, these two jokers are going to penetrate reality because if I just press them together very strongly, now both cards have now become one card. And they have become double jokers. No, I'm just kidding. They become a 4. And of course, this is sleight of hand magic. I do disclaim this at the end of every stream, every magic stream. It's not black magic or sorcery deals with the devil. So everybody's like, wait, let me look in the box. And I'm like, okay, fine, fine. You're right. There is a card in the box. And so everybody's like, oh yeah, this is probably the Joker, right? But this is where this is going to penetrate your mind. Don't lose any sleep over this because this is the 5 of spades. And that, my friends, is maximum penetration. The card trick. The card trick. Thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. All right. Whew. Not gonna lie, I was getting a little nervous because I'm like, what are all the steps for this? And I was recapping and recounting just now. When was the last time I did that before today? 2 months ago. Yeah, it'd been a while. So thank you, Kenley, for that request. Thank you, Kenley, for the claps. Chandler Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane. All right, let's see. Beth says don't really want to get into it. That's fine. I will stop there. We brought up Motown, K-pop. Let's see. Credit cards also wrong. Have one card. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to talk about that really quick. So credit cards, yeah. For anybody who lives in the United States, you probably, if you can, have a credit card. You statistically should have more than one credit card. But credit cards are like the financial system's like, you know, evil secret weapon, right? So what happens is that every single time somebody incurs some debt, in this case, any kind of credit card usage will incur, even if it's short term, even if you pay it off right away, it does incur a little tiny bit of debt at that moment. It creates money in the money system, and so it's kind of like, I don't want to give like a long-winded example, but the long story short is that they end up making money on the money that they both loan out, and then they actually lose money when people pay back their loans. So, um, but they're able to give some money away in the form of like points, is because they end up charging all merchants like a higher price just because they have these programs like loyalty points and like bonus points and such. And it's so dumb because if even if you pay with cash, you are still paying these inflated prices because there's just so much aggregate use of credit cards that they like merchants and store owners and stuff can't avoid like accepting credit cards because then it's like a huge portion of their business that they they can't get money from. It's a racket. I mean, basically, right? It's like a huge financial pyramid scheme. But it's unfortunate because that's the world that we in the West live in, right? So it's kind of crazy. All right, Chan wants to watch me solve a Rubik's cube. That's probably a good pick because I don't think I've done it in a bit. I feel the same way about inheritance tax. Yeah, inheritance tax. Okay, all right. So let's scramble up this cube and see how I do. Oh, on music, I've got to tell. All right, Beth, let's tell. But yeah, inheritance tax, man. Yeah. By the way, I've learned more about taxes like in the past 3 months since I've become unemployed than I ever have in my entire life. So that's, and I was just like, yeah. Different states too have different inheritance tax laws here as well. It was already taxed once. I'm such a curmudgeon. Beth says, I saw a preview for a new holiday movie which is not made up. I'm not gonna lie, I would mostly be willing to believe any movie exists. I mean, we can also, check and verify, but look, I once talked on stream about the Colonel Sanders movie, like the Colonel Sanders like lifetime romantic movie. Okay, so it's like, I'm willing to believe. I kid you not, Hugh Jackman, I a new biopic or biopic. Is it pronounced biopic or biopic? I don't remember. Wait, what? So it's a movie about Wolverine? That's But wait, it's coming out during this holiday movie? Why would they release it during the holidays? Hugh Jackman biopic. He is going to play the story of a Neil Diamond impersonator. Hugh Jackman is not subject to a biopic. Rather, he starred in between. Oh no, no, this is a different movie. The Greatest Showman came out like years ago. That's not what I wanted. All right, I'm curious about this. A holiday movie coming out. 2025. Oh yeah, okay. Song Sung Blue. Is that it? I think it's by by biopic. Oh no, biopic. Oh, Okay, I think it's biopic, even though biopic sounds better. Says Gibson Lens. Yeah, it sounds hilarious when you say it out loud. It's called Song Sung Blue. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, Song Sung Blue. All right, awesome. We did find that. All right, excellent, cool. All right, I'll have to look into that and see what happens. Um, Kit Kat Cat says, I got a small funny story about KFCs in Japan. All right. Gibson Lens says, hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Gibson Lens. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Just in time for a movie talk. And then, yeah, Kit Kat Gad, I am aware of how huge KFC and fried chicken is in Japan for the holiday season. So it is, yeah. Beth says, I mean, the synopsis of the movie sounds hilarious. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the synopsis of Song Sung Blue before Song Sung Blue synopsis. Let me read this. I used to. Oh, ads in 3 minutes. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Song Sung Blue storyline. Lightning and thunder. A Milwaukee husband and wife. Neil Diamond a tribute act. Experience soaring success and devastating heartbreak in their musical journey together. Starring Hugh Jackman. All right. Oh wait, no, he's yeah, okay, all right. And Claire Hudson, Kate Hudson. I'm sorry, her character name is Claire. Kate Hudson. I don't know how I transpose this. Not the whole thing, just what I said. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, Neil Diamond Tribute Act. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm caught up with chat, and I've satiated my. All right. Let me solve this using a different color than I normally do, because I'll usually solve it using white on the top, but I'll just okay. Hopefully this is scrambled enough. I'm sure Chan will agree this is probably scrambled enough. Okay. Let's see here. So let's see. Orange. Doop doop doo doo doop doo. And then okay, so top cross is all set. Okay, now I'm looking for blue. Okay, here. Blue. Oh no, wrong one. Blue. I mean, poll. Who will watch the riveting story of a Neil Diamond impersonator? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I was not a huge fan of Neil Diamond. I mean, I'm not a fan. It's just I guess I'm more like apathetic to a Neil Diamond tribute act. So I'm like someone who never watches movies like right when they come out. I would watch well after lots of people came back and told me, "Hey, you should watch this movie." That's kind of like the person I am. So, um, but that being said, I mean, when I had six friends tell me I needed to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, and I don't normally watch movies, but I was like, all right, I'm going to prioritize watching this right away. So I did, and I did not regret. I trust my friends, but I know that Gibson Lens may not trust some of his coworkers sometimes on movie choices, but hey, can't win them all, right? Okay, let's see. So now we've got the first two layers done, so now we just have the bottom. Can we snooze when you've solved? Oh, never mind. I mean, the preview doesn't look terrible if you take it humorously. Okay. When I was younger, it didn't really matter what the quality of something was. If my roommates and I could change it into a drinking game, we would have. It's very unfortunate now that I can't play drinking games anymore because of medical condition. Insert medical condition here. Okay, now I've got to swap two corners here. Okay, and then I've got to do two rotations here. And then we got to do one more. All right. I will say that was probably the most. That was probably the time in which I've had the most of a different conversation while solving the cube. So I usually talk about solving the cube, or I try and focus on solving the cube. I literally was talking about movies the entire time. So, all right, let's see. Back from ads. Oh, okay. Kit Kat Cat says, uh, the life-size statues of Colonel Sanders are supposed to be holding buckets of chicken, but in Japan the buckets are missing, so he ends up looking like a lecherous man. The pictures I have with my fellow teachers. Oh, oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, so there was like this curse of it was like a one there was a baseball team in Japan that was cursed, and it was cursed by like KFC and Colonel Sanders. So one of these statues that you aforementioned was once like dumped into, I don't know if it was like a river or a lake or something, um, after like a game, and then basically that team proceeded to lose like most games, never won a championship ever again, for like 20 plus years or something. And then one day, the statue was unearthed. And then the following championship, that team won because the curse of Colonel Sanders had been lifted because the statue was found. And I was like, no freaking way. All right, thanks for clearing that, Chen, and thank you for the applause. And then Kekeked says, "Well, that's where lecherous men belong, with the cucumber river demons." Ay, ay, ay. Felden Kane has the ah. Yeah, let me see if I can find the curse of Colonel. I have to always remember how to spell Colonel. It's Colonel Sanders. Curse of Colonel is a Japanese urban legend concerning the Hanshin Tigers baseball team. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Oh, there's a Wikipedia entry on it. All right. Well, if anybody wants to know more about that thing I was mentioning, there it is. I don't know how I come across this stuff, and I just randomly remember it sometimes. But yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, uh, Japan enjoys their fried chicken around Christmas time, Why? Marketing. That's somehow, some way, during some holiday season, KFC had like a huge push in Japan and then made it like a thing, and now it's a thing. Like that's basically what happened. All right, I see the request for matching the cards from Charlie's Beats. Let's go ahead and get ready for those. Or sorry for that. All right, let's see here. Okay. The Cucumber River Demon is called Kappa. Oh, Kappa. There's an icon for that? I mean, yes? I mean, yeah, there's an emote for Kappa. There you go. Kit Kat Cat discovering emotes, like global emotes available to everybody. Okay, so let's see. Here we have. Let me just go ahead and quickly give these a little bit of a mix here. But actually, I'm going to need to make a prediction. And so let me just go ahead and see if I can make a prediction. I'm feeling maybe this card. Yeah, that card's probably a good prediction there. Okay. All right. So now with this prediction, I don't know what it is, but assuming it is correct, uh, I have to match with three other cards down here. We'll see what that means, I guess. So let's go ahead and try and feel our way to a second card. I'm feeling maybe this card. Okay. Oh, Ace of Hearts. Okay. So if this is an Ace of Hearts, then this could be an ace or it could be a heart. Um, okay. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and find another one. Let's say here. Ace of Clubs. Okay, so if this is the Ace of Clubs and this is the Ace of Hearts. All right, this is now more strongly going to be, I feel like, an ace, I'm guessing. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm feeling I'm feeling like maybe this. Here we go. Ace of Diamonds. All right, so in this case, if we have an Ace of Diamonds, an Ace of Clubs, and an Ace of Hearts, what would be the most impressive if this was? Now, if I was in a public setting, when I listened, I think I know what they would say, but I actually ended up hearing Eight of Spades. I'm like, wait, Eight of Spades? Not Ace of Spades? And so I think I maybe messed up this trick because if I show you, this is actually the Eight of Spades. But wait, hold on. I'm a magician, so I should be able to fix this, right? So if I go ahead and I take the Eight of Spades and I touch it to the heart, the club, and the diamond, these should all match because that's the name of the trick, matching the cards. So I just need to match these cards. And these cards are indeed the Eight of Hearts, the Eight of Clubs, and the Eight of Diamonds. And that, my friends, is matching the cards. And thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for clearing that, Chan. And thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane, Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man. I was reading about the Colonel. Awesome. Yeah, I know, right? The curse is wild. I just don't know. I mean, Yeah, I'm I'm glad you were enjoying. At least my so here's the thing. I would also like to think that all of the things I've ever come across in my life can be entertaining to some extent in its own right, right? Like that is not like just useless information, which I feel like a lot of people would probably consider this curse of the kernel thing is probably useless information, but I don't know why it stuck with me after I learned about it for the first time. You know what? Let me also drop the curse of the kernel. I'll drop that into my Discord just in case anybody catches it later. Speaking of the Discord, if anybody wants to join the Discord, let's see. So I recently got some new quote unquote hardware for the Ubeat machine, i.e., I have uh, I have this new thing that I'm supposed to attach to it, but I tried it today. It didn't really work, but I didn't really give it enough time, so I will have to try it out again tomorrow and see how it goes. But it's supposed to improve security for them on their side. But Adam, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today, Adam? Hopefully you're doing well. Taking notes of useless information. Um, let's see here. Oh, thanks for putting my YouTube out there, guys. If you are not subscribed to me on YouTube, I would greatly love it if you could subscribe to me on YouTube because I think I am literally 9 subscribers away from 2K subscribers. So I'm like this close. Let me see here. Nope, nope. I am 8 people away from 2,000 subscribers. So, ooh, says Jen. Yeah. Kikekad says, look, I will say Japan has some strange energy. I read a lot of folklore while there. I so between watching anime for me and talking with my friends who have visited Japan, and Chris M. Yee, welcome in. Thank you so much for the resub for 28 months. Thanks for shouting out our friend Chris M. Yee Chan. Yeah, Chris M. Yee is a variety gamer, also the host of the Clip M. Yee show, so definitely give our friend Chris M. Yee a follow. Chris M. Yee, also the signer of the Two of Spades, which, let me, okay. All right. Yeah. Here we go. The Two of Spades. No, sorry, that's not Two. Yo, I totally messed that one up. All right, here. You just get that one for free. Guys, I just exposed magic on stream. If you were not watching, you missed it. And if you were watching, that's okay. So, normally I do that trick with the cards horizontal. Like this. LOL, says Chris M. You saw nothing, says Chad. Yeah, normally I'll do the trick with the cards horizontal. Oh, sorry, we're going to have to change it away from Chris M. There we go. So that's how I'm normally used to doing it, right? However, doing it vertically poses a slightly different problem. So let me see if I can. All right, here we go. Now we'll just see if we can change it to Chris M. Almost. Okay, I had to tilt it like this. See, I'm not used to doing it this way with the camera. But it's doable, right? Like, yeah, see? See, there you go. It's doable. Now, you're probably wondering how it gets in that position. That's okay. This is called the snap change, if anybody wants to learn it. There you go. KKK says, thanks, Chan. And then, yeah. You did expose many times, though. Yes. Yeah, many times. This is actually not a, this is not like a, this is almost like a joke on stream now. Like, dude, I've done this with clear cards before, and I was like, and it's like if that's not exposing the trick, like I don't know what is. Um, so, but anyway, Chrism, you thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you would like to see a any specific trick, and if not, we can randomly find a trick to perform for you. Yeah, I almost don't feel like when I do that and I mess that this particular one on stream, it's like, whatever. This is like make it. All right. Charlie's Beats has requested a trick. All right. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Felden Kane actually did a Magic the Gathering request a half an hour ago. I am so sorry, Felden Kane. You know why? Because we didn't put it in the queue. All right. So, so yeah, here we go. We're gonna have to do. You know what? I like doing this particular presentation of this one. So I'm just maybe gonna do this one. Um, so my apologies, Felden Kane, for making you wait. mm, okay, let me see here. And if Felden Kane's not here, I can refund the points and no worries, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, okay, all right. I'm glad you're still here. All right, so I guess we're gonna usurp Charlie's Beats' request to do at least a Magic the Gathering magic trick here. Okay, all right, let me see. We were hypnotized, Felden Kane. Oh, wait, sorry. We were hypnotized, Felden Kane. Ooh. I have no idea what what I was doing there. If we were hypnotized by anything, it was by the 11 herbs and spices from Colonel Sanders. Ha ha ha. All right. Oh yeah, Chan's got the spirals. All right. So here we've got a mountain and a mountain, and of course we have a mountain. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and place these mountains down here. And then I do have one card that's a little bit different, and I want you to keep an eye on this one. This one's the different one. It's Sleight of Hand. So keep your eye on the different card. And then we've got mountain, mountain, and mountain. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and place all of these over here. Wait, that's one. You know what? We're going to do a slightly altered version of this. There's one extra card. Yes, that's obviously the thing that we're doing. This used to be called the 7 card Monty. Now it's the 8 card Monty. But anyway, the important part that we need to know is that I'm going to go ahead and swap this card with this card. You guys keep track of where the different card is. Okay? So watch. Okay. All right. Where's the different card? I'll give you a hint. Here, I'll give you another hint. Which card is different? Feel free to guess. Play if you're playing at home. You don't actually have to. If you are on desktop and you would like to click on the screen, you're welcome to. Um, but deep down inside, you just have to guess yourself. I'll give you guys a minute, and then we will. We have one person clicking here. This is the different card. Kit Kat Cat says, "I have no idea." All right. So I don't know if you guys saw the sleight of hand. I mean, yeah. Here's the sleight of hand. But actually, I don't know if you know. Whoever clicked here may have seen the trick before. So maybe this is Chan. But let's see. Whoever clicked here, I don't know if you could tell, but look, this card is also a sleight of hand. I know. And this one, also a sleight of hand. And this one, a sleight of hand. And a sleight of hand. And a sleight of hand. And a sleight of hand. Did you guys see all of the sleight of hand? And that, my friends, was a trick called Incauto Tromposo using sleight of hand and a mountain. There we go. Is that strange? That's very strange. Ads! Oh, okay. All right. My apologies. I did not see that. I realized what I did wrong, and it's because I did not put the Twitch screen back on this side, on this monitor. So, let's see. Perfect timing. Okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane and Chan the Magic Man. All right. I'm not sure if the ads came up during that, but I will use some. I will use the cards, the magic cards again for Felden Kane. And we can do another trick here. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. How do I want to do this? Oh, you know what? I haven't practiced in a little bit. I used to like to do this version of. I got lucky, no ads, but deep into kernel lore. My sympathies if it sends you down this rabbit hole that you didn't want to go down. But if you're enjoying it, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, Colonel Sanders. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I did also allude earlier to the Colonel Sanders movie. The I forgot what it was called. It was a super cheesy name. Lifetime Sanders movie. Oh yeah. So the Colonel Sanders Lifetime movie is called A Recipe for Seduction. I am not making this up. Oh, and it stars Mario Lopez. Yeah. If anybody is familiar with Mario Lopez, he was AC Slater back in Saved by the Bell days. No way, says Kit Kat Gad. Here, Let me link the movie. Saved by the Bell, says Jan. Yep, Saved by the Bell. All right. If you know what, some people who look at the general channel in my Discord, if you were not here for it, is probably going to wonder why the hell are there all these links about Colonel Sanders showing up in chat? And it's like, yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Let me put. All right. Let me. Oh yeah, I got the right one. Okay. Cool. All right. So the one thing about doing magic tricks with Magic the Gathering cards is that those who are familiar with Magic the Gathering cards will know there aren't any weird, gimmick magic cards. So Magic the Gathering cards. Kit Kat Cat says, I used to know people from Boiling Green, Kentucky that would eat at his house. He literally started drive-ins. Oh, I don't know if I'm familiar with Boiling Green, Kentucky. I assume it's just a restaurant chain that I am not near. So let me see here. Boiling Green, Kentucky. At Colonel Sanders. Okay, okay, I see. Gotcha. Yep. Awesome. All right, I'm caught up. I'm caught up. All right, so here we have four mountains. They make red mana, and then we have four swamps. They make black mana. I know if you play Magic the Gathering, these are permanents that are not cast. They're played and they're colorless. But anyway, just for all simplicity, I choose these because when I do normally do this trick, I will have like the black spot cards over here and the red face cards over here. This way I don't have to change like I can say go black, red, and it's still like the same, so I don't mess myself up, which certainly could happen. So anyway, all right, oil and water. This is a simulation um, of these cards intermixing, and then when you mix oil and water in real life, what do they typically do? They separate. Unless you get like an emulsion, in which case it's got something else in there. It's not just oil and water. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put black, red. Let's go ahead and do that again. Black, red, black, red, black, and red. And so we'll let that sit just for a second. But if we go ahead and glance at the bottom, there's a swamp at the bottom for black. Let's glance at the top. There's a mountain for red. Actually, all of the mountains, because their peaks stick out the top. They have all they've all come up to the top. And then all the swamps, because they're like bogs that are down deep, they've all sunken down to the bottom. I know that's super weird, but you know what? Let's try that again. I didn't mess up. There's actually a second phase. Chan just watched the trailer. I'm already laughing. Yeah, guys, if you have not seen the trailer for A Recipe for Seduction, I recommend. Pure comedy. All right, so but you thought perhaps that because I started with a swamp and that was at the bottom, that maybe I cheated and like that made it less magical. And so instead, perhaps, why don't I start with a mountain? And so let's go ahead and place mountain, swamp, mountain, swamp, mountain. All right, let's go ahead and just swamp, mountain, swamp, and just boom. There we go. And we'll just give it a second to separate. I'm requesting it for my friend's Plex. That's awesome. I have not seen the movie, but I can imagine it would be a fun watch for a group of friends. So anyway, so here's the thing: if you believe that I didn't do any magic, then this should be a mountain because I started with a mountain. But if you believe in the simulation, then all of the mountains would have come up to the top because these were the ones on the top. And so let's take a look at this one. This, all the way up here, the top, is a mountain. If we look at the bottom, this is a swamp. Over here, this is a mountain. This is a swamp. Over here at the bottom, this at the top is a mountain. This at the bottom is a swamp. This at the top is a mountain, and this is a swamp. And then, you know what? I'm going to follow this up with another trick. Face up oil and water. So we'll do that as well because I already have these. So it works out perfectly. All right. So now that we have settled the simulation, I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these cards. And I'm going to take a swamp and place it amongst the mountains. And I'm going to take a mountain and place it amongst the swamps. I will close these up and close these up. And now, let me divulge a secret of magic. Sometimes magicians will use a snap. And they say that it's just for effect. But actually what happened was, during that snap, I contacted the card that was misplaced in the pile and kicked it to the other pile. All faster than 30 frames per second. Well, actually, for like the Twitch stream, 20 something frames per second, right? It's not as good. But if I show you over here, we'll just see that these are all swamp, 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 swamp. And over here, mountain, 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 mountain. I know, super weird, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to leave 2 and 2. And we're going to leave 2 and 2. I'm going to take two mountains, place them on two swamps, place them on two mountains. And of course, I'm now going to do a snap for effect. And whether you believe it or not doesn't really matter because they've already fixed themselves. Take a look. So over here we have mountain, 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 mountain. And then we have swamp, 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 swamp. I almost sounded like Charlie Brown teachers there. Swamp, 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 right? Okay, all right. Now, this trick is called the face up oil and water, but there is one part of this that is face down. And so we are just going to go ahead and here's the part. So I'm going to go ahead and take this mountain and this swap them, and we're going to go ahead and place them in amongst these right here, like this. And now if I snap, and now if I show you, we have wah 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 wah. Sorry, swamp 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 swamp. And over here we have mountains, mountain 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 and mountain. And that, my friends, is the Face Up Oil and Water with Magic the Gathering cards. Thank you for clearing that, Chan. I wonder if Colonel Khan would fly. That's a good question. Let me see. KFC. All right, right now. I'm looking up Colonel Sanders KFC convention to see if anything exists. There's something called the Sanders Cafe and Museum. Not quite a convention, but Colonel Sanders KFC and Comic Con. Something mentioned where Colonel Sanders goes to Comic Con. All right. Interesting. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Feldon Kane, Kit Kat Gad. Thanks for the mind blown Kit Kat Gad. People would come for the chicken and stay for the magic. Oh, oh, I see. You know, one day if I was like, hey, hop in the Discord, let's all watch this movie. And then after the movie, I could do some magic. Oh my god, what if I did magic and the magic was themed as Colonel Sanders? I totes would. All right. Oh man, that's a crazy idea. Um, all right, I'm getting a really weird idea for like a KFC themed magic trick. All right. Oh, yeah. Hopefully that was good enough for the Magic the Gathering cards redeem. Thank you for that redeem, Feldon Kane. Sorry you had to wait so long, but we got there. We got there. uh, but I'm also unemployed. Lol. Oh, my sympathies. Um, I have a feeling and I don't want to assume, but I'm just gonna guess how. I'm assuming you have not heard back since after your interview. Is my guess, Kit Kat Gad. But if you have, please feel free to share it with us because I'm invested in your success as much as I am in my own at this point. Feldon Kane says, no problem at all. Nope, I checked in. All right. Yep. So there we go. Ads in 3 minutes. All right, cool. This gives me time to brainstorm about a Colonel Sanders magic trick. Oh, oh, I have an idea. Wait. I mean, I already said I have an idea, but ooh, oh, okay, okay, all right. 6. Okay. I hope this will work. Um, Its state can be slow. Oh, it's a state. Yeah, job. Okay, yeah, it can be slow. It was 2 months firm when I applied. Oh, that's brutal, Kit Kat Gad. That's brutal. Can you do a mentalism trick with the letters deck? Possibly. Let me hold on. Let me pull. Where's my? Wait, do you want Chan? Do you want the official bicycle letters deck, or do you want if I can just use any letters deck? Because I would use the DMC alphas probably. Oh, after the KFC trick, I could try. Yeah, I do need to practice my mentalism stuff too as well. Ooh, good idea. DMC alphas. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's try the DMC alphas then. Okay. All right. Cool. Let me, before I forget, I'm basically just waiting for the ad to go because I don't want to get interrupted here. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to do. This is going to sound weird in my trick list, but it makes sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to add this. So this will be the next trick, and then we'll do a DMC alphas mentalism trick. Okay, so let's try that. So yeah, Chan, you actually bring up a really good thing because actually I'm starting to look for gigs. I wanted to increase the diversity of some of my tricks, and I do know some mentalism principles, but I don't use them. So I should probably practice some, um, just so that I can be good for it for like real gigs. Um, so all right. Okay, all right. So let me. All right. So now I've got that. That's in the queue. I won't forget. Okay, and then I have. Um, okay, let me practice this. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I'm practicing a KFC trick. This is weird. I've never done a KFC trick before, so I'm trying to see how I could. Ooh, hold on. I want to see if I can pull up a real KFC menu. KFC menu. Okay. All right. Let me know when back. All right. Okay, KFC menu. No ads yet. Kit Kat Gad, you are winning on Twitch today because you maybe they've reached the point where you are no longer. You know what? The Fox Sports thing. You said that out loud, and then boom, Twitch was like, "Man, we can't sell anything to Kit Kat Gad." That's probably it, right? That's got to be it. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. My idea for this KFC trick is coming together. I don't know how well I'm going to execute on it, but you know what? At this point, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to have fun with this trick. Okay. Also, should I describe the food in detail? And if you're not opposed to fried chicken, like maybe it'll get you salivating for some fried chicken. Sure, says Kikagad. All right. Okay, I think we might be almost done with the ad break. Still kind of unfortunate. I get the thing when it starts, but I don't know how long it goes. Like I just have to like get a timer. Well, I mean, there's a timer right here, but I also didn't see when it was where it started. Okay. Sorry, I'm just rehearsing really quick. Okay. All right. Okay. Are we back? I think that was long enough, right? Are we back from ads? Okay. Here? All right. Okay. I think that was 90 seconds. All right. Okay. No, nobody else said anything, so I'm under the assumption we are back, or they they don't want to miss, or they want to miss the innovative KFC magic trick. All right. Okay, let's pretend you are going to KFC with a friend, and you both look at the menu, and you're like, "Ooh, I want to get this four-piece chicken deal because that looks like a really good deal." And so you both decide to order one, two, three, four-piece chicken deals. One, two, three, four. And so four plus that's 8 pieces of chicken. But then you're like, wait, maybe we should just get one 8-piece chicken and split it. But then you're like, wait a second, then we won't necessarily get all of the other things like the mashed potatoes just covered with gravy, even though they're fake mashed potatoes, but they taste really delicious. And of course, you got to get your biscuit, and those biscuits are like dripping with butter, and so they taste really good. And then you get a side too. Some people opt for the coleslaw, but obviously the potato wedges are where it's at. So in either case, you both order your one, two, three, four-piece chicken pieces. One, two, three, four. But then at some point, the kitchen comes out and says, "Oh, we're sorry. We don't actually sell a four-piece chicken deal here. We actually only have five-piece chicken deals and three-piece chicken deals." And so, well, okay. So here's my meal, and we got one, two, three, four, 5 pieces of chicken over here, and over here we only got the one, two, three. And so at this point, we were like, "Oh, okay, that's fine because then we can just so we both get the two meals and then we'll just transfer the one piece of chicken over." So at this point, they bring out the meals, and my friend um, ends up getting the five, and so hands one piece of chicken over to me, and so now I have one, two, three, 4 pieces of chicken, and then also my friend has one, two, three, 4 pieces of chicken. Okay. However, deep down inside, we're both still really hungry because, well, we just had a lot of, uh, let's say, adult beverages prior to coming to the KFC. And we were like, man, we're starving. We need more KFC pieces because I don't know if it's shrinkflation or something, but maybe the pieces of chicken happen to be smaller. And we were like, oh, that wasn't as much as we would have liked. And so let's go ahead and order some more. And this time we order a 3 and a 5 because then my friend would have gotten 8 and I would have gotten 8. Um, However, at the end they actually ended up swapping our orders, and so here my friend actually got one, two, three, four, 5, and I only got the one, two, three, and so we decided to just spread all of the food out on the table. And my friend says, "Okay, well, here, I had 5 first. I can't eat this many, so you take these." And there we go. And of course, uh, and of course, with these one, two, three, he ends up eating one. So now there's two, and then he ends up eating another one, and then he eats the last one. And then of course, I have one, two, three, four, 5, and now of course I'm gonna eat one. One, two, three, four. And then now we're going to eat another one. One, two, three. And now we're going to eat another one. One, two. And now we're going to eat the last one. You didn't see that. Shh. FYI, went into my stomach. And that, my friends, is a KFC themed magic trick for the very first time. Kit Kat gets it. Nice. Hold on, I've got to regurgitate this before I get some disease. Oh, hold on. Clean up on aisle three. I don't know why there are aisles in this KFC though. Okay. There we go. I saw thar. You saw me eat chicken in my stomach? Yep, makes sense. So, at the end of the day, the most important thing about being a magician, especially if I'm going to become a gigging magician, is that my magic could suck, but just so long as I'm entertaining, I could be hired again. But if my magic was immaculate, but nobody thought I was entertaining, I would never be hired again. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I think I handled that pretty well at the end. So importantly, I just had to shove it down my gullet. I know what I saw, says Beth. Let's see here. So thank you kindly for the claps. Chris MG, Kit Kat Gad, Chan the Magic Man, Felden's Kane, Felden Kane. I wanted to say Felden's Kane because that's the card name. So, but I'm sure you know Felden. If anybody who plays Magic probably says, "Oh, it says Felden's Kane," it's like, "Oh, okay, makes sense." All right, that's what I want to say. You saw nothing, says Chan. No, no, yeah, you didn't see me regurgitate chicken back up from my stomach. No, no, not at all. Great trick, says Chan. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Chan. It is based on a trick that I made. I called it Hourglass, so that's why I called it KFC Hourglass, because I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. Presentation is key, and humor is close second. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and Chan says unsee. But wait, what happens if I want you to see it again? Re-see. Not to be confused with Reese's peanut butter cup. Mind, mind blown, says Kit Kat Gad. Uh, anyway, I kind of want potato wedges and biscuits and chicken. I could go without the coleslaw. That's not. I never get the coleslaw there. That's that's not the thing to get. Chan says, I mean, if there was a little flash, it's still cool overall. I mean, I would say I nailed my presentation. Out of all of the parts that I messed up, that was not the part I thought I was going to. I actually was ad libbing that part at the end. I was actually going to end it a little bit before. You might have noticed I was like, I'm going to end it here. Wait, no, I can pretend to eat this chicken. And then when I decided to do that, that was when I messed it up. But I was like, you know what? It's worth it. Chris MU says, I could go for the strips right now and the wedges. Yeah, oh, man. I want I want biscuits with honey butter. Mmm, that sounds so good. You know, the I haven't had honey butter in a while, but like a long time ago, I was told, "Honey butter? What's honey butter?" And they're like, "Oh, you got to try it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Oh, this is it melts in my mouth and it is sweet." And I'm like, "This is delicious. What the hell?" Like, but you see, I wanted corn though. Oh, oh, my sympathies. Yep, no corn here. Well, if you really think about it, right? They feed the chicken corn stalk, right? And so every time you're eating the chicken, you're also eating the corn. And then they will sometimes use corn as fertilizer. I don't know. Kit Kat says, "My dad used to make it on the side of his plate." And then, oh, that one you didn't guess. Oh no, yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that anybody wanted the corn from. So all the things that I listed, I feel like are typically what I associate with KFC. KFC is not doing so hot in the United States, by the way, if anybody was interested. Because it's like it's owned by the same parent company that owns like Pizza Hut, which is also struggling. But then like Taco Bell is like the only, or no, sorry, not, yeah, yeah, Taco Bell is like the only restaurant that's like their top five that's doing like decently well. Um, yeah, Taco Bell. Chris M. says Taco Bell is crushing it. Yeah, still, I mean, they've been doing pretty good things, making good decisions. Like, here's the thing, right? When a restaurant has like a menu that they're known for, it's almost always bad to remove something from that menu. But then it's like those those restaurants almost never add anything new, or at least they didn't a long time ago. I think that philosophy is starting to change now. But Taco Bell has always experimented with stuff because literally all of the raw ingredients are basically the same. You just mix and match what you put it in, you mix and match how you cook it, or you just have like this really fancy taco shell or flavored taco shell or something. And it's like, here's a new product. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Like from a business standpoint, right? Beth says, to be fair, that $3 steak burrito wasn't bad at all. Oh, I had a steak. What was it? Yeah, I had a steak taco the other day. Where is it from? We have a local chain, or at least I think it might be national, but it's not everywhere. Moe's Southwest Grill is. I think I had a steak taco from there the other day. Kit Kat Cat says we want better quality food, and crap food that's expensive isn't going to cut it. Absolutely. Yeah, the thing is, we would pay more money for better quality food. But if it's crap food and is expensive, then it's totally not going to get us, right? I say us and not necessarily the specific us, but the but the royal us that is like the middle class of America or whatever. Taco Bell is crushing. Their app is by far the best of them all, says Chris M. I try not to have loyalty apps if I can avoid it. So I don't eat at Taco Bell so much that I'm loyal to them. So yeah. Taco Bell is great at delivering the same three ingredients in different ways that feel different. Absolutely. That's the only thing that Twitch would have sold me on lately. Jokes on them. I tried it before I saw the ad. Also, Baja Blast delicious. Is that still Taco Bell exclusive? Baja Blast. Ads in 3 minutes. There was a salad to go place in Vegas, and it was $7 for a massive salad with protein. Amazing. That sounds actually pretty good. Like, so let's see. I like lettuce based salads, spinach based salads, um, and then if you just add a protein, I mean that's pretty good. Like a lot of salads are like $10 salads. You might have a protein, but it's like sometimes they'll upcharge it. And it's like a $12 salad, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know if I want to pay $12 for a salad. Baja Blast is also in stores. Oh, okay, yeah, you can also purchase it in stores. All right, cool. All right, let's see here. Okay, I am going to attempt to do uh, a trick with a different set of cards. Um, let me see what I want to do because I do have to come up with something. I'm going to try and include some mentalism, is the idea. So I do have to come up with something here. Hmm, what to do? What to do? This is fun, coming up with tricks on the fly. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, almost there. Well, actually, wait. We're waiting for the next ad break anyway, right? Ads in 3 minutes. Thanks for letting us know, Chan. Um, so, mm, hmm. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. For anybody who is never. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I said I was going to wait for the next ad break, right? So. Okay. If anybody's been streaming around for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Ads. All right. Excellent. We've stalled long enough for the ads. Pre-roll ads are disabled for the next 62 minutes. Well, thank you. Thank you for telling me, Twitch. You know what, Twitch? I don't say this enough. If only you would contact me more, Twitch. Kit Kat Gad is evading still. Kit Kat Gad, you sure you're not using some skills from the scam baiting community to evade ads? Nope. Okay. I've fiddled with using like different things like different browsers, different like cookie settings, and ultimately though like Twitch, if especially if you're happy nightmares, welcome in. How's it going? Let me. Thank you for shouting out Happy Nightmares, Chan the Magic Man. Welcome in, guys. If you are not following our friend Happy Nightmares, please give Happy Nightmares a follow. Happy Nightmares, a science streamer, also has done a bunch of variety of different things. We've seen some cooking, we've seen some. I guess what you were doing writing and reading today. Were you reading a science paper? I guess is my question. And then, how was the stream? Happy Nightmares. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome in, and also welcome in E-Room. Great timing. Welcome in E-Room. How's it going? Thanks for the bang. And also welcome in Big Ducky Snow. How's it going, Big Ducky Snow? Welcome in. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful night. How was the stream? Hopefully you had a wonderful stream. Happy Nightmares. I was reading academic paper on design. Excellent. I love design. I probably don't read any academic papers. So, but not that I don't like the idea of reading academic papers. I love the idea of doing it, but I actually don't actually do it. So, um, but yeah, also some writing for a class. Excellent. Cool. Um, yeah, so wonderful. Hopefully you had a great stream, and thank you for bringing your community over. I think everybody I saw in chat probably already knows me, but if you don't, hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic. We were going to be doing another trick, but let me do a trick for the raiders here. Um, so hold on, actually, let me update the list. So we just did a trick that I called KFC Hourglass. This one is up next for Chan, but we are actually, haha, I'm reading papers for a class. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't. So I love like seeing synopsis of papers, or like I'll read like the abstract at the beginning and be like, "Oh, is this interesting, man?" If only I had the time to delve into this. Um, but I will now oftentimes like being like, "Man, I'm really interested in this paper," and then I feed it to an LLM and summarize this paper for me. So, um, but yeah, let me. You know what? Let me put in a trick for the Raiders. Okay. And we'll do that first. Okay, but first, before I do the trick for the Raiders, we have to find the card that was signed by Happy Nightmares. At the end of my stream, we looked at some fossils from the Dino Fossil Lab I've been volunteering at. That's awesome. All right, so here we've got the Twitch deck, but we need to find the Happy Nightmares. Oh yeah, major highlight. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, Happy Nightmares opened a deck that I sent her for giveaway. Ooh, awesome. That's great. Wait, this is not Happy Nightmares card. Hold on. Hold on. Happy Nightmares. We're going to need the help of our friend, the Deck Sock. Have you met the Deck Sock? Here's our friend the deck sock. Say hi, deck sock. See, this is how the deck sock waves. This is how the deck sock dances. Boop, 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 boop. But now, actually, the deck sock will now dance. Dance for me, deck sock. Dance for me. But I say that lovingly and not like in a very bad relationship kind of way. The deck sock and I have a wonderful relationship. Okay. So anyway, deck sock, have you brought Happy Nightmares card to us? Yes. There we go. Happy Nightmares. Here's your card. Okay, now let me go ahead. So see this, we happen to have enough space in here for a deck of cards, so we can actually put a deck in there. But I'm going to go ahead and slide your card into the deck sock. Okay, hold on, it's a little finicky, especially because one card. Okay, cool. So now the deck sock has your card, and what we want to do is we want to do something interesting so that actually let's have the deck sock tap the deck just for a second, and let's go ahead and oh, sorry, deck sock, you stay there just for a second. Okay. All right, deck sock, go ahead and dance on the deck. And if anybody can name this tune, you didn't think you'd be getting some music today. All right. Did we? Sock love, says Big Ducky Snow. Mario? No, not quite. Good guess. I mean, just knowing that I'm nerdy geeky, probably. Cantina song, says Gibson Lens. Excellent. Gibson Lens has nailed it. Oh, and E-Room says snore wars. Can, Cantina music, says E-Room. Yep. Happy Nightmare says Nyan Cat. All right, well, I'm sorry, Happy Nightmares. You don't win the trivia game, but you know what? You do win the deck sock doing this magic trick for you. Boom. And I guess to celebrate. Na, 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 na. All right. Nice. All right. Okay. What says Happy Nightmares? Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. So once again, we're hiding the card in the deck. But if we go ahead and uh, cut the deck and show you now, of course, that your card is not in there. However, remember when I said that I placed your card in the sock. Let's go ahead and pull it out. There we go. Happy Nightmares. There we go. And there's no duplicates of Happy Nightmares signed signed card or anything. If anybody was wondering. Woo! Anyway, thank you kindly for the raid, Happy Nightmares. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly. All right. I think I might have missed some. Let me just catch up with chat really quick here. Oh yeah, major highlight. Thank you so much again. Hi Decky, Aw Deck Sock Love, Cantina song. Um, I think E-Room deliberately did say Snore Wars Cantina music because E-Room, do you find Star Wars boring? Is that why you called it Snore Wars? KKK. But also, I'm wondering, how did you recognize it if you don't like? I mean, I don't know. I guess you can. So, like, I can recognize things I don't like. So I guess that makes sense. I guess I don't need an explanation for that now. Sorry. uh, then we got a little bit of humming from me. All right, going. Good night. All right, Kit Kat Gad. Have a good night. Thanks for coming to hang out. Have a good night. Sleep well. See y'all later. Have a good night, Kit Kat Gad. Thank you for the trick. Well, thank you kindly for the raid. Happy Nightmares. Appreciate it. Got an AFK for a couple minutes. No problem. E-Room says, I gave up on Star Wars when the first three movies turned out not to be the first three movies. E-room, you crack me up. That's as uh I mean, yeah, the first movie was called Episode 4. I mean, that's okay. All right. All right. I don't know if you have a future career in comedy room, but that was gold. All right. Okay, so next up we have a trick. So it's not really a formalized trick, and Chan has requested it. So first things first, I have a deck here that I don't normally use. I'm the funniest person I know, says E-Room. Lol. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said. If you can't make yourself laugh, how can you make other people laugh, right? So if you've never seen this deck before, this deck has a bunch of letters in it. Most of the deck has two of each letter, but there's some letters like Z and J and stuff that only have one. And then some letters show up three times. I think like E, maybe like S, maybe T. So there's just some of those. But anyway, okay. So here's what we are going to do. If you were here, Chan, we would have you cut about half of the deck. And so you could cut half the deck, varied it by a little bit. So, you know what? Let's spread. And Chan, if you are there and you would like, go ahead and click somewhere. We will cut exactly where your heat map is. And we'll split the deck into two piles. So I think I'm seeing this one is the one with the heat map on it. And so here's the two piles. All right. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and grab this. Okay. All right. So Chan, here's what I would have you do. We'll each get a half of the deck, okay? And you could freely shuffle your half as much as you would like. You could shuffle it this way. You could shuffle it that way. And I could shuffle my packet this way. I could shuffle my packet this way. And now, Chan, I want you to choose one of these first four cards. And I I just hope that you will choose the correct one. I may or may not have begun the manipulation. You've selected this one? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place these over here at the bottom. And you've selected this one. So we are going to go ahead and I would go ahead and swap this card with you. And we will go ahead and flip over this card, the one that you have stopped at. That's a P. And I'll show you the one is also a P. That is amazing. Okay, all right, Chan. All right, Chan, let's go ahead and do this again. I want you to select one of these next four cards. What? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if did you click this again? Okay, you moved it. All right. So this one. Okay. Excellent. So, here's what I'm going to do. Once again, we'll swap them. I'll take this one. You've got this one. And I'll show you the one that I predicted, potentially. But here's the one you actually picked, right here. Oh! 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 Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Um, all right, Chan, go ahead and pick another one of these cards right here. What? Says Chan. Yeah, go ahead and click another one of these here. And it looks like Chan has selected this one right here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and slide this one out. and I'll give you this one. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this card first. And this one is an L. And let's see what this one is. L. Hmm. Is this a coincidence? This is a weird coincidence. Most of these letters only show up twice in the deck. All right, let's just do one more, just so if you don't think it's a fluke. Uh, Here, one of these, Chan, right here. This one? Okay. This one. All right. So here we go. I'm going to swap it with this one. And this is the card. Alstro Art, welcome in. How's it going? E. And then what do we get here? E. Pole? What does that even mean? I don't know. I mean, this is just. I don't even know what to say. Pole? You know what? You know what, Chan? I don't even know. Like, does this make any sense? Uh, I'm just saying, like, okay, all right. You know what? Pole dancers as E-room. Okay, okay. You know what, Chan? I need you to click on one of these two piles right here. One of these two. Just click on the one that you think makes the most sense. Okay. So you clicked on this one. Okay. All right. So you've selected this, and that's the one we're going with. Because had you chosen this one, these don't make sense. So like, and there's like the jokers and stuff in there. The yes and no are jokers. Chan, you somehow selected the pile. You know what? This pile happens to say sorry, you don't see this card. Chantastic. What? It actually said chantastic, but I think maybe two of the cards stuck together or something. Anyway, I'm going to say that mess up wasn't my fault. That was not my fault. Chantastic, yes. That was what it was originally said, but I don't know. What else could this spell? Lope? No, that doesn't. Pillow? No. All right. You know what? It doesn't have to make sense. You want to know why? We got the exact same letters. And not only that, we're taking a quick ad break. All right, cool. So for those of you who are here, I know that Chan's here, but if anybody else is here, you're going to hear too. Chan, have you seen this before? this not necessarily this part, but like this other part because I probably explicitly knew that. So, as a deep down secret, Chan knows a secret about this deck, and I knew that Chan knew a secret about this deck, and I was trying to see if it would throw him off. Chan, were you surprised? Because I wanted to know if that surprised you. Anyway, that, my friends, was a mentalism trick for Chan the Magic Man using the deck known as DMC Alphas. Yeah, alright, yes. Cool. Alright, most important thing, surprise the audience. I don't own the deck, I just know the secret. Oh, okay. Yeah, so because I sensed that you knew the secret, I was like, you know what? We could throw a wrench in that right now. And I was like, but no, your knowledge of the secret is correct. I'm just playing with you. like and hopefully the rest of the audience enjoyed the performance of the trick. But actually, if you combined exactly what we said, Chantastic Pole, does that mean that the next Chan single has to have you dancing at a pole, Chan? I knew what happened until you switched the cards. Yep, yep. All right, guys. If we ever see a music video where Chan has a pole in the music video, I think we have to give me credit for that, right? Uh, Thank you kindly for the claps, Feldenkane. Big Ducky Snow hugs Alstroart. Mouth, huh? Yeah. FYI, my hug command is that. So, a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. Yep. I'm just gonna say one of two things right now. Either I'm sorry, or you're welcome. There's no in the middle. It's just I'm sorry or you're welcome. That's it. But yeah, I stand by my hug command. Okay, let's see here. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the request, Charlie. It is called Jazz Aces, and it uses, unsurprisingly, the aces. And then actually, we're going to do a case study because Alstro Art has requested McDonald's Aces. Unsurprisingly, uses aces. they are a little bit similar, but not too crazy similar. But yeah, it's if so for I guess it could be boring for lay people if they see like a trick that's kind of similar to another trick. For magicians, this kind of thing is super interesting to us because it's like, oh, how did you do this trick, and how does it differ from the way you did that other trick? They look almost the same, but not quite. And like these little nuances are like the things that we find, and it's like, oh, that's super clever, or oh, that's a super interesting way to do it, or huh, your hands are like smaller than mine. How did you do that thing without me seeing anything, right? And so that's kind of like the level of nuance that we're talking about. Okay. All right. So let me see. We're going to take this one. All right. So next up, we have Jazz Aces. All right. Okay. So let's see. Here we have the kings. Then we have the aces. And first, I'm going to leave the ace of spades over here. I'm going to go ahead and just leave the four kings over here. And then we have the other three aces. Let's go ahead and just place them down like this. Okay. And what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and let me just go ahead and put down a king over here. I'm going to go ahead and take this ace. We're going to go ahead and place it amongst these kings like so. And then what we're going to do is swap the ace for this king. Because look, now we have king, 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 and we have this ace having jumped down here. Now, we have, let's see, we have a king. Let's go ahead and place this king down here. And we're going to go ahead and place this ace amongst the kings, like so. I will swap this ace for this king. Because now, if you take a look, king, 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 and the ace has hopped down here. And now we've got a king down here. I'll take this ace and place it over here. And we'll just go 1, 2, 3. And all of the kings are up there. And the aces are now all down here. And that, my friends, is Jazz Aces. Thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. Charlie's Beats is the signer of the Ace of Spades. There we go. Thank you kindly for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Alstro Art, Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane. All right. So, next up, we will do McDonald's Aces. This is going to be a little similar. Not quite exactly the same, but all right, so this one we're already set up for this here, so I'll just go ahead and go with it. All right, so first things first, as you can imagine, this trick also uses the aces, so let's go ahead and find the aces. Okay. And of course, we will want to place the ace of spades. So a lot of the times when you see a trick like this, we call this an ace assembly. So we're assembling all the aces together. You don't have to use the aces, but like historically, what a lot of magicians did was use the aces. I think one reason is because they're very visual. Because you can kind of see, you can tell them apart immediately because there's just one pip in the center and then nothing else. Whereas like spot cards and like face cards, they could be like messy. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's like a clean visual. And then for like maybe the reason why to use the aces too is because they are seen as like the most powerful cards in a deck, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab 3 cards each. This is like their allowance. I'm gonna give them 3 cards each, right? And so each of you guys gets 3 cards. 3 cards. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that face down, and let's go ahead and just start with this pile. So first things first, we have the ace here. You can still see it right now. However, if I decide to grab it, not physically, but spiritually, and I grab one of these other cards that don't matter, you will now not see the ace over here because there are 4 cards and none of them are the ace. And now over here, once again, if I show you that we have an ace over here, I do need to practice this part because I never do the fancy one and I always mess up the fancy one. So, all right, so let's go ahead and turn this face down. We're going to go ahead and put it into the middle of this pile here. You'll be able to see the ace here, but I'm just going to go ahead and swap it now with one of the other cards that's not the ace, because now if I show you, it's actually not an ace. And if I show you the rest of these cards, none of them are aces either. And then finally, what we have here, this ace, we will metaphysically swap it. Not physically, just the spirit of it. And now, where did those aces go? Well, down here. We knew the ace of spades was there. That's not the surprising part. But here's the ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds. And that, my friends, is McDonald's aces, also known as dream of aces, also known as grandpa's aces. This trick has like 50 bajillion names. I have no idea how it got all the names. I'm just being the messenger. I'm relaying to you. Thank you kindly for the mind blown, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, E Room. Chan, you know how to do this one? I thought you knew how to do this one. I don't know if I've seen you do it, but I imagine you probably know how it's done. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's right. No, I think maybe I have seen you do this. I don't remember. My memory beseeches me. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. My memory not as good as it used to be. All right. Okay. Well, let's see. The queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, I think I'll probably be. Let's do a last call. If anybody wants to see more magic, we can fill up the queue. I'll do all those, and then we'll still do a finale. I'll probably shoot for ending in like I don't know, 15, 20 minutes if we don't have anything else. Alstro Art says coin matrix. All right, we can do it again. I actually did it as a warm up, but that's been over an hour ago. So let's go ahead and do that. So I did the coin matrix and then the cardless coin matrix earlier as well, and the cardless coin matrix is a boss trick because I messed that up like last time. All right, let's see. I know Charlie's Beats just requested color Monty. I'm gonna do the coin matrix first because that's pretty quick, and then we will. And I literally just got the coins out again, so we'll do that, and then we'll do color Monty. Actually, let me also look for color Monty before we start. So I'm ready to go. For anybody who has not heard my opinion about how I would describe magicians, so at the end of the day, a lot of people might describe magicians as like mysterious or secretive or really fast or something like that. But ultimately, I feel like the one word that would describe magicians the most is prepared. So if you're a good magician, you are prepared. That's that's what it takes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Coin matrix. The standard coin matrix, which will use some cards. I'm going to cover each coin with a card. We will make the coins jump from corner to corner. Don't blink, it happens very fast. This one will go from here to there on 3. 1, 3. This one will go from here to there. 1, 3. All right, this one will go from here to here. 3. Add 3 minutes. Better do it quick. Oh, okay. All right, all right, all right. And then, of course, we're going to do the cardless version because I am just like following it up with that the entire time now. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, but we said do it fast. Okay, ready? 3 minutes. Sorry. Okay, there's 1. Okay, here we go. Da-da-da-da. There's 2. Okay, here we go. There's 3. And then, of course, 1, 2, 3 over here, 1 over there, and then, wah, 4. Okay. Oh, wait, and then I've been doing the new finale over like this, and then like this, and then 1, 2, 3. 3. Boom. There you go. All right, and that is the cardless coin matrix. Okay, sweet. And then I think we can, you know what? I might wait for the next ad before we start the next trick. Thanks for clearing those, Chan. And thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Felden Kane, Alstro Art. Hope you enjoyed Alstro Art. So, full disclosure, Alstro Art, I know that you had been telling me to keep on practicing it like, months ago. And then it was like 3 weeks ago, I messed up the cardless coin matrix. And then I basically messed it up once each stream for the last three Magic streams until today. And then I did it at the beginning of stream and I thought it was fine. And I did it now and I thought it was fine. So it was a boss trick for 3 weeks, and now I defeated the boss earlier today. So I feel good. I feel good. All right. I'm gonna get ready for the color Monty, which is a version of 3-card Monty that's done in the hands. And let's see. Oh yeah, so I have quote unquote. I don't want to say published, not like in print or anything valuable, but like on my YouTube channel, I have a video where I feel like I. Snowy City. Thank you kindly for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. All right, there's the ad. All right. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna talk quick during the ad break, so I can. So anybody who's actually listening to this, so on my YouTube channel, I created a long video where I discuss 5 sleights. There's a form of sleight in Magic called false counts. It's one of my favorite kinds of false counts. In that video, I tell my secret of a new sleight that I think is I've never seen anybody do it. I have talked to all my Magic friends. They don't know anybody else who did as much depth and study that I did for this one sleight. So I am hoping that it might actually be an original sleight. For mostly Chan the Magic Man, it's based on EC, but it's like a super extended EC where you hide cards. Um, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So just to give a quick hold on, before I do color Monty, let me just do a quick demonstration, mostly for Chan. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That's the preview. We're going to do it again, actually, with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there you go. That's all you get. Hopefully that was all still within the ad break, because I wouldn't have wanted to share that with everybody, just mostly Chan and like whoever else is, probably Charlie. And then yeah, and if you were here and I didn't know you were here, that's okay. You got to see a little bit. Honestly, I would do that as a demo, like that's a demonstration. So, but I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I don't know if anybody's used this before. It looks so good. Like, all right, let me also. I'm gonna do this next trick the way that I don't normally do it. Yeah, let me know when back from ads, and then we will start the trick. Okay, all right. I I don't know what to say sometimes during the ad break because I'm like, oh, most people are probably not here. There's a few people who are. It's like I don't want to like bore people, but I also don't want to be silent when I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Alstro Art says back. All right, excellent. Welcome back. All right, so here we have 3 cards because it's tough to have a 3-card Monty without 3 cards. And so here's what we're gonna do. the name of the game is to try and follow the money card. And so let's pretend you come up to me and we decide to play a little game. And each guess you get um, is let's say $10. So try and find the money card. The blue diamond, that's one blue diamond. Two blue diamonds, neither of those are the money card. But here is the red diamond, which is the money card. So this is the one you're going to try and follow, okay? So the money card is on the top, but I sneakily place it on the bottom. Now, if I was to ask you, hey, where do you think the money card is? I think a lot of people would say it's on the bottom. So let's say you say it's on the bottom. Well, no, that's not actually the case because there's a blue diamond on the bottom. So that would be $10 that you owe me. Each one of these is going to represent $10. Okay. Now, all right, fine. It must still be on the top. Nope. Actually, if you take a look at the top card, that's actually also a blue diamond. So now you owe me $20. Well, wait. If there's a blue diamond on the bottom and the top, there must be a red diamond in the middle. And to that, I would say, no, no, no. That's incorrect because that is also a blue diamond. It's like, wait, there's no way that could be because. So wait, were you cheating because you have no red diamond? And I'm like, no, no, no. That's another $10 you owe me because look, I have a red diamond right here. Big Ducky Snow says, good nighty night to you wonder amazing people, and much love and hugs. Enjoy the rest of your day, and do not, under any circumstances, behave too much. And see you on the flippity flop, says Big Ducky Snow. Well, thank you kindly, Big Ducky Snow. Thanks for staying as long as you did after the raid. Have a glorious night. Sleep well. Take care, and we'll talk to you later. All right, so if there is a red diamond on the bottom, then certainly there must be a blue diamond on the top. And to that, I would say, no, no, no. See, look, there's a red diamond on the top. That's another $10. Wait, so hold on. If there's a red diamond on the bottom and the top, there must be a blue diamond in the middle. And no, 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 that's not the case because look, you owe me another $10. And I'm like, wait, 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 you must be cheating. There's way more than three cards in your hand. And to that I would say, no, there's one, two, three. That's another $10. And to that I say, all right, at this point, you're running out of money. So, you know what? I'll give you one more chance. Let's go ahead and up the ante. If you get this right, I will give you $30. But if you get it wrong, then you will owe me the $30. So it's a chance to lessen your losses. But here, I'll give you a hint. So this card is a blue diamond. This card is a red diamond. Tell me what is on this card. So if anybody would like to guess, now is a good time to guess. If nobody wants to guess, that's okay. I'll have to come up with a fun way to tell the rest of the story. So Sapphire Stern, welcome in. Sapphire Stern. Blue, says Sapphire Stern. Also, Art says red. Red. We've gotten some snarky answers in the past as well. Somebody was like purple. And somebody was like, I don't know. And hi, welcome in, Sapphire Stern. All right. Well, so we've gotten blue, we've gotten red. I've heard purple in the past. At the end of the day, I'm now going to reveal to you this card. You owe me $100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that, my friends, is Color Monty. If you were here, you can inspect these cards yourself. They are as you see them. Elstro Art has the Madge. uh, Thank you kindly for the claps and the emotes. Felden Kane, Sapphire Stern, Elstro Art. All right. Oh, actually, I should try and practice this new thing with this string. So, um, you know what? Okay. Let's go ahead and try a new thing. All right, who would like? I need a volunteer, and you're just basically going to choose a number between 1 and 4. Uh, don't tell me yet, but you can go ahead and actually, do I have the? Oh, or are we gonna have chat do it? Oh no, I don't have a number 2. Why the hell don't I have a number 2? uh, okay, I must be missing a number 2 or something. So, all right. Here we have 1. This is a placeholder for number 2 because I don't actually know where 2 went, and then 3 and 4. So so right now I want to first demonstrate this thing where. So I have a string here, and I'm going to go ahead and loop all of these around a finger like this. And at this point, none of these fingers have been cursed. And if you have not imagined yet, these numbers will represent my fingers, and we are going to curse one of these fingers. When my fingers are uncursed, I can go ahead and just clear this magical thing where I can unwind the string from my fingers. However, we should now curse a finger. Alright, whoever has chosen in chat, or if you want to click on the heat map, we now need to curse a finger. So this one can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So go ahead and curse a finger, and I will show you that the string cannot go through that finger. Once again, when my fingers are uncursed, the uncursed finger, they will go through, the string goes through every finger. Okay. I had a contingency for this. Can I roll a d4? Yes! Alright, random dice roll, 2. Oh, that's the ring finger. Some people would say that is a cursed finger because I have to wear a ring on it. Because I'm married. You know, there's this thing that they say, the old ball and chain. But, so, now that we have successfully cursed, you know why it's cursed? It's because I don't have the number 2. That's why. That's why. Because now if I attempt to pull this through, it goes through the fingers up until it reaches the cursed finger, and it does not go through. I have to take it off like a heathen, the normal way, not the magical way. All right. Okay, and that was something new. Hopefully that was okay. It's actually one of the first times I used a random dice roll, I think. I've used one before, but I haven't really had to use them much. So, Thank you kindly for the claps. Alstro Art, Sapphire Stern, Felden Kane. All right. And then, let's see here. Okay, so Charlie's Beat, thank you kindly for the claps. All right, last call. If anybody would like to see any more magic, feel free to request. Otherwise, we're thinking about wrapping up soon, and then we will find somebody to raid. Let's see, what haven't we done in a while? Ooh, we haven't done one of these. We haven't done that. Let's do... I'm going to request, actually, this one. I don't have to request. I can just do it. But I like... You guys know I like keeping stats. This is very cool for me when I look back on my stats of some tricks and it's like, oh, why was this one? Like, especially now that I've been streaming for years, right? Like, I can go back and be like, these tricks were really popular during October. And it's like, oh, why? Oh, it's called the vampire card trick. Well, that makes sense, right? It's like, so, okay. All right. I mostly just wanted to practice this one. I don't think I've done this one a little bit. Okay, so first things first, we have 4 aces. These aces are from a different deck. So if you take a look at the back design, they're not like your normal bicycle cards. It's mostly because so these are called the Phoenix back cards. And they're different in that the pips are all treated equally. So if we take a look, here's the ace of diamonds. That pip is pretty big. The ace of clubs, that pip's pretty big. The ace of hearts, that pip's pretty big. And that almost matches basically the ace of spades, right? And so they kind of treat them all equally. Now, if I was to ask you what color the backs of these cards were, if you were just slightly paying attention, I think you would say that they were blue, right? However, if I take the ace of spades here and I show you that, let me just look, this has turned them red. So not just this one, but this one, red, 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 and red. Now, at this point, I think the jig is up. A lot of people have probably figured it out. But the question is there one blue back and 3 red backs, or one red back, 3 blue backs, or is there 2 red backs and 2 blue backs? That's actually the question, right? And so now we usually get some guesses. Some people guess 3 and 1, some people guess 1 and 3, some people guess 2 and 2. 1 red, 1 blue, 2 you owe me $100, says Elstro Art. We didn't even bet money on this. This is absolutely perfectly free and no money transaction game right here. Well, if anybody was playing the meta game on the top, I don't know if you saw the name of this trick, but I call it back illusion. And you know what that means? That means that the backs that you saw were just illusions. Because if you were to take a look at the backs of these cards, you would actually see that there are no backs on these cards. These cards have no back. That's why it is a back illusion. And if you were here, you could inspect these cards yourself. I could hand these out. You could look at these. They are exactly as they appear to be. And that, my friends, is back illusion. Just in time for a quick ad break. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, Felden Kane, thank you kindly. Alstro Art, thank you kindly for the claps. All right. I don't know who's here and who's not, but thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. All right. Anything else I really want to practice? Hmm. There's this one thing I'm looking at right now where I'm like, hmm. Let me see how good this will look. This could look pretty bad. Um, hmm. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I'm just saying boom randomly, but I'm using the ad break to my advantage if I want to try and ad lib this trick right now. Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right. I want to do this off menu trick. Editions choice. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, let me see if has that been a minute and a half? Are we back? Are we back from ads? All right. Oh, hold on. I just said magician and I didn't. Okay. Well, that stalled for a little bit more time. There we go. All right. Okay. So, let me see. I have this interesting gift card. You know how sometimes you go to places and you can get a gift card. You might be given gift cards as a gift. We have a local supermarket chain here called Wegmans, and this is a gift card from their. It's empty, but or at least I believe it's empty. But this is kind of what it looks like. And but I want to try and figure out if there's a way I can check the balance without actually checking their balance because I was like, okay, and I discovered this interesting way, and I could just if I just wave my hand over it like this, it would show me like the level of saturation of like how full it is, right? And so just by using that method, I would then be able to see how full it is. But if I just use, I don't know if you can tell, but if we take a look right now, there's actually no there's no balance on this because there's no saturation. It's actually completely empty, right? And so I just sit down and I'm like I'm super dejected and I'm like I don't know what I can do. However, I don't know if you know, but you can actually reload gift cards, right? And so what you can do with this is that you can bring it back to the store, and then we can actually reload it just like this. And so when people look at it, they'll be able to see it and be like, "Oh, okay, that's not an empty card." And that, my friends, is my random off-menu trick that I wanted to do about gift cards. Hopefully that was okay. Just trying to randomly improvise with some stuff that we've got. I think I've kind of done something like that before, but just need to practice with it. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, Alstro Art, Feldenkane. All right. I think we have stalled for long enough. I think it's probably about time to start wrapping up stream. So let me go ahead and figure out what I want to do for my finale. You know what? I think today the finale will be Picasso Aces. All right, let me go ahead and unpin this. I'll close the queue. I guess barring any sort of last minute raid or something, which has been known to happen before. All right, so it's about that time of night where I thank you guys for coming out, and hopefully you guys had a fun time. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. Thank you for watching tricks. Thank you to everybody who interacted with this stream, whether you chatted in chat, sent emotes, sound alert, um, interacted with the trick, selected a card, requested a trick. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for um, interacting with the trick. You guys make it fun for me. So Felden Kane says, "Thank you for the stream, sir. My pleasure, Felden Kane. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the lurkers out there. Magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Um, Also, if anybody believed that any and all of this, if it was black magic or sorcery or deals with the devil, I mean, you guys saw me mess up like twice on stream tonight. So, I mean, certainly that leads more credence to have it be sleight of hand. It's all sleight of hand. But even if you believe it's real magic, sleight of hand, best cover story ever. So, um, if anybody wants to see more of me and I am not around, please check out my YouTube channel. I have over 300. I have over 330 magic tricks posted. I actually have probably more than that at this point, but um, check it out. I'm like 8 people away from 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to me, I would be eternally grateful if you could. So please, if you could subscribe to me on YouTube, I would appreciate it. Um, if you want to see any of the VODs that fall off retention here, that they are thrown up on a separate YouTube channel. I don't care about subscribers over there, but if you want to watch any of the VODs, I basically throw them up all over there. Let's see here. If you want to hang out, interact with me, you can come join the Discord. My Discord is kind of small. It's a little quiet, but I mean, if that's what you're looking for, awesome. If not, I mean, I mostly just share my stuff there, and then we have occasional chats. But uh, yeah, feel free to come hang out. I will also make any announcements for any random streams that I do. So I've been trying to stream a couple times a week or more than that, but everything is random except for the Sunday night Sleight of Hand Sundays. I try and keep this solid, and then everything else changes depending on my week. So like this week, I couldn't stream as much as I wanted because I was doing demolition in my house. So that's the story. There we go. And then also, guys, if you're not following our friends and mods, let's give some mod love to our friends and mods. Chan the Magic Man, guys, you're not following our friend Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man is also a fellow magician that performs on Twitch. Give him a follow. Catch him on. If you give him a follow, he does magic on Monday nights. So catch him on Monday nights doing Magic Mondays. If you see him another night, he might be playing retro games, community games, Grand Theft Auto, that kind of stuff. So definitely give Chan a follow. And then also, if you guys are not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is a pianist and a composer and has composed a bunch of his own originals and has released his first album like 6 months ago. I think it's been six, right? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, like 6 months. Um, so definitely, you can listen to the album for free at all the links in that link tree. So check it out. And then also, we like to talk about movies, so that's the thing. I think people have forced Gibson Lens to talk about movies. And therefore now inherently, whether Gibson Lens likes talking about movies or not, inherently we just talk about movies. So but yeah, definitely give Chan the Magic Man and Gibson Lens, aka Bert, a follow. Okay, and then I think with that, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and do. Oh, by the way, I also don't like to end stream on a trick I mess up on. So hopefully I don't mess up this trick. But if I do, I'm not ending stream on a trick that I mess up on. So I will do another trick until I get it right. So that's the plan. Okay. All right. So here we go. Picasso aces, and then we'll find somebody to raid if I succeed. All right, here we go. So first things first, I have aces over here and I have a deck over here, but I don't want you to think that these aces came from this deck because these are red-backed aces. So if I show you ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of, oh wait, this was the ace, hold on. I said the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna go back. This is the ace of hearts, red. So I didn't mess up anything magical. I literally just messed up what I said, and I was like, I said diamonds first. That was the ace of hearts. Ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, ace of spades. So with these four aces, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place them into um, four separate piles. So here we're going to go ahead and do it. 1, 2, 3, and then we need the ace of spades up here. So by the end of this trick, we're going to get all of the aces together. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and place 3 cards onto each pile. Okay, like this. 3, 3, 3. Hold on. 3. And here's what we're going to do. So here you can see this ace is still here. And it's just up until the very last moment before I grab it. Not physically, but spiritually. And swap it with one of those blue cards. Because now if I show you, all of these backs are blue. And none of these are aces. So before we knew that there was the one red ace of spades here. But now if I show you, there's actually 2 red and 2 blue. All right, let's go ahead and jump down here. So you can see the ace here clearly. However, it's not until I go ahead and I grab it and I swap it for one of those. Because now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 blue cards, and if you look at them, none of them are aces. And before there were 2 and 2, but now if we take a look, there's actually a blue, a red, and a red. So there's 3 aces up here now. And now finally, some people believe that there's some shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say, yes, you're correct. You're watching a sleight of hand card magic stream. But you can tell that the ace is still here because you can tell from the back it's still red and from the front that it's an ace. And you can still see it even if I insert it into the packet here because you can still see that there's red here and that there's an ace there. However, now let me just go ahead and do that switch. I'm going to take that final blue card and put it here. Because now if I show you, you will see there's blue, 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 and blue. And then if I show you the faces, none of them are aces. And now if we take a look, we see red, 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 red. And if we take a look at the faces, they are the ace of diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Alstro Art, Saf First Turn, Gibson Lens, Felden Kane. Thank you kindly. Hope everybody had fun. All right, let's go see who is on to raid. Because I realize I should probably check and then click on any potentials so that I get through the ad hurdle. All right, let's see here. Oh, you know who we haven't rated in a long time and is streaming right now? Okay. Oh, hold on, wait. We're just gonna double check this person for a second. Okay. Nope. All right. So let me see when the last time we rated this person. Whoops. Sorry if anybody heard that audio thing. I did not mute in time. For some reason, it loaded really fast, and I was like, "Oh, that's impressive." Usually, it takes like a few seconds before, but the stream was like, it's like, "Oh, it's right there." Okay. All right. Let me just quickly check. Okay. Let's see. I've rated out to this person literally once in 2023, which actually was shortly after I met her for the first time at TwitchCon about a month before, I think. So this is not someone we typically raid. Then again, I don't think I normally see her at this time. But so we're going to be raiding Teeny Heels. So Teeny Heels, she does ASMR stuff. So right now there is she's doing ocean waves for 3+ hours, and but I got a chance to meet her at TwitchCon in Vegas in 2023. Uh, Super fun. I showed her magic trick. She signed a card. And then she also came to my interactive workshop for a little bit, where I presented about magic and sleight of hand. So that was cool. So let's raid over there today. And then, yeah, so if anybody wants to come along for the raid, here's a raid call for people who are not subbed. And then here is a sub raid for anybody who is subbed. And then if anybody is left behind and wants to follow along, we're going to be raiding Teeny Heels. And let me start the raid. Here. And then let me copy my own raid call. Okay, making sure that looks good. All right, there we go. Awesome. And other than that, so this week I have a bunch of goals for myself between stuff for my career and then stuff for my like now magic side gig. And I still have some stuff to do for my YouTube channel as always. And yeah. But anyway, great seeing everybody today. Hopefully everybody had fun. Um, Remember to everybody take good care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch, and remember to get good sleep because it's really hard to get good sleep nowadays. So, Alstro Art says good night. Thank you, Alstro Art. Good night to you. Good night to everybody. Happy time zone if you're not going to sleep. So, all right, take care. See ya. Bye.